Okay, because it's in the format y equals to mx plus c, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Where did you learn this from? Me or school?
Both.
Oh, okay, good. So, okay. So we were talking about the general formula for a straight line in the graph is y equals to mx plus c, right? So in this case, your m is your gradient, c is called your y-intercept. Okay, so if you are given 2y equals to 4x plus 5, right?
Yeah.
So the first thing you do is convert it into this format. Okay, convert or transform. Okay, how? Divide by 2 on the left, divide by 2 on the right. So what do you get for the left? If you get y, right?
Yeah.
And then this you divide by 2 is you have a bracket. First arrow, second arrow. First arrow you get 2x. Second arrow you get 2.5. So you can actually compare now, right? Can you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so m is your 2. Remember, m is 2, not 2x. X is taken care of already. Okay? Y is also taken care of. Right? So now you are only left with m equals to 2, which is your gradient. And then c is your 2.5. Okay? So from today onwards, I'm going to use gradient and m and or c and y-intercept interchangeably. Okay? You should be able to know. When I say c, you need to know it's y-intercept. Okay? So there is another way you can find the gradient from this general formula. Okay? Besides the formula itself. Okay? So the gradient can be given by, like you say, y1 minus y2, x1 minus x2. Okay? What is the meaning of this formula is you take the first pair of y and x minus the second pair of y and x. Alright? So this refers to your first pair of x and y. Okay? Which is given by your point A. Then this will be given by your point B or other points. So meaning what? Meaning how many points you need to get your gradient. How many points? How many points you need?
2.
Yes. Pretty clear cut, right? Right? You need 2 points. Which means 2 points will give you 2 pairs of x and y, right? So does it make sense? In order to get a line, you need 2 points, right? Let me show you graphically. I was talking about this. Okay, so give me a point, any point, right? What point you want? No, you just give me a point out of just off the top of your mind.
4.
And
3.
4, 3. Okay, good. So 4, 3. Here is 4, right? So this is your x-axis, which is the horizontal axis. 4 and then 3. 3 is your volume, so it's here. Can you read or not? Can you see or not? Can you see or not? Okay. So let's say if you don't have another point, let's say you just have 1 point, right? 4 and 3. Can you draw a line?
No.
Yes, you can, but you don't know whether. I mean, I'm trying to draw a line, right? Can you see?
Yeah.
I'm trying to draw a line, but where it should stop? Here, here, here. That means there is no destination. That means you have a starting point, basically.
Yeah.
When you have a starting point and you don't have a
Ending.
end point, then what are you going to have? you don't know where you want to stop, right?
Yeah.
So when you don't know where you want to stop, it's hard to get a line. Because you can get this line, you can also get this line, you can also get this line. It's just like you can get out of your house, right? But once you are out of your house, you can go to the shopping mall. You can come to my house for tuition, or you can go to the restaurant and have your meal, right? Or you can go to some entertainment theaters, right? So there are many options. So therefore, I have just explained to you why do you need 2 points, at least 2 points to get a 2 points give you a line. When you don't have 2 points, how? You cannot get a line. Are you clear? Are you clear or not? Okay? So that's the reason why you need two pairs of. Then only you have a gradient. Alright? The first y1 and x1 is given by your your starting point. In fact, right, I shouldn't call this point A, but I use point A because I want to like simplify, because it's pretty hard for me to keep saying this is the starting point. Okay, then this is the ending point. But in fact, in English, point A means starting point, point B means ending point. Okay, so it makes sense, right? Okay, good. So so you can find gradient from either looking at the general formula in fact, this method is called by comparison. You compare these two. You compare these two when they are of the same format. Right? What is the format? The format is you must have a y on the left. Can you have two y?
No.
Yeah. Only y. What is next? Something x.
Yeah.
Something x. Right? And then plus c. So the order of this equation is y. What's next? Something x.
Plus c.
Correct. So this is called by comparison. Are you clear? Then what is this? This is formula. So next time if I ask you how many ways to find gradient, number one. What's that called?
Y equals
Yeah, what's that called? What's that method called? I just
the comparison.
by comparison, yes. What's the second method?
The
Formula. And then you should tell me the formula. Alright? So do you know why you take y1 minus y2 and x1 minus x2 but not x2 minus x1? Because on top here is y1 first. So you have to use x1 first. Okay? Okay? Can you use m? Can you use y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1? Can you?
no.
What's the meaning of this? Endpoint, right?
Yeah.
What's the meaning of this?
And starting point.
Hmm. What do you think? Can you?
No.
The reason is, the answer is, you can. Do you know why? Look at this. You have point A, point B, right?
Yeah.
Let's say this is your house. This is tuition center. If you go from your house to the tuition center, where's the starting point? Your house is the start, right?
Yeah.
This is the.
And
Where are you now?
tuition.
Now you are at tuition center, right?
Yeah.
you need to go back to your house right later, right?
Yeah.
It should be this arrow, right?
Yeah.
So where's the start point now?
The tuition.
Where's the end?
The house.
So can you do it this way? Can you consider your point B as the start,
Yeah.
point A as the end? Can you? So similarly, can you do it this way? y1 minus y2 minus y1, and then x2 minus x1. Can you? Can you?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Then what about this? Can you do it this way? Can you? Can you or not?
No.
Why not?
Because it's not the same.
Yeah. So this is not the starting point. This is also not the end point. Why? This refers to the one. This refers to the end. Right? Can you see the difference? So this one cannot. But this one can. Can you see? End minus start. So, but of course, you need to memorize. What you need to memorize is the y is above, the x is below. Okay? You don't bring the x up. No, not the x first. Okay? So, yes. So, next, you already know by comparison you can find the m. By comparison you can find the m. The formula you can find the m. So now, by comparison you can find the c, right? Right? Can you see? You can find the c, right?
Yeah.
So what is another method to find c? Which is the y-intercept. Any idea? Which point is the y-intercept in this case?
The 0 point something.
You want to come and point to me? So, okay, good. Hold on, yeah, good. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1 unit is 0.2. How many units? 1, 2, 3. So about 0.6. So this is your y-intercept. Y equals to 0.6. So the y-intercept is 0.6. So what's the meaning? The meaning is you can read from the graph for the. This is another method to find y-intercept. Are you clear?
Yeah.
So it's to read from the graph. Y-intercept means it cut the y-axis. You know the meaning of intercept, right? Intercept means cut, block, or intercept, cross. So therefore, the point that it crossed the y, this is your y-axis. Not the x-axis. Y. That's why the name is called y-intercept. Okay? It's called y-intercept. It's not called x-intercept. Okay? So you need to differentiate it. Okay, good. So 2 ways to find C. Clear? Okay, good. Next, anything else you learned from your school before I test you? Explain to me. Explain to me.
Identify lines with positive gradient.
So how? Okay, don't look at it. Just tell me how to tell whether it's a positive gradient or negative gradient. Don't look at it. Just tell me. Unless you tell me you cannot remember. By the way, it's pretty easy to remember. I just did this exercise just now. Can you remember? No. Okay, good. Let me give you a few. Okay, what gradient you want to have? Easy one.
1.
1, right? Okay, so y equals to 1x 1x. What y-intercept you want to have? Give me a y-intercept, quick one.
1.
1. Okay? Duplicate. Okay, good. So now we want to play with the gradient, right?
Yeah.
So you want to increase the gradient or you want to decrease the gradient? You want to make the gradient larger or smaller?
Smaller.
Smaller, okay. What is smaller than 1?
0.
0 can be 1, but if you take 0, that means it's gone.
Negative 1.
Okay. Okay, let's not play with negative first. Do you want to have point something?
0.5.
0.5 first. Okay? Enter. Orange is 1. Purple, 0.5. For the gradient. Okay. Next. So just now we decrease the gradient, right?
Yeah.
Increase the gradient.
1.5.
Can you see the black one? So what? So for these 3 of this, what is different for 3 of this?
The points.
The y-intercept is the same, right?
Yeah.
What is this point?
1.
Y equals to 1, right?
Yeah.
So that means the y-intercept is all 1. Okay? But what is different among these 3 is the gradient. What's the gradient for the black one? Okay, this is 1, I remember. This is what we started with. What's the... So can you tell me?
0.5.
Which one is 0.5?
The blue one.
0.5 for the gradient. And then next this.
1.5.
Very good. So, what is the impact or what's the effect of having different gradients while the y-intercept remains the same? Can you describe this? What's the impact? What's the impact? Don't know how to describe. Do you know how to describe or not? Or you don't know? You know or you don't know?
No.
Okay, you don't know. Okay, good. Or your teacher haven't teach yet? Teach already or not yet? Or you have forgotten?
They just taught us about the positive
Okay, later that one I will talk about it later.
stuff like that.
Yep, I will talk about that later. But you notice when the gradient is different, the y-intercept is the same. They look very different, right?
Yeah.
Okay. In fact, there is this keyword they use to describe this phenomenon. Do you know the keyword? What am I doing?
Or
What am I doing? What am I doing? What have I done?
added triangle.
Okay, this is called triangle, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but instead of looking at them as a triangle, okay, of course you can look at them as triangle, yes, okay, but instead of looking at them as triangle, right? If you go outside, you see something like this. What's the name for this? It's called a slide or slope. right? You climb up the slope, right? Well, right?
Yeah.
Or you slide down, right? Right?
Yeah.
You go to the playground. Sometimes you climb up the slide, right?
Yeah.
Or you slide down from the top, right? So from today onwards, I'm going to use slope. Okay? So what is the effect of the gradient on the slope? One, two, three. You have slope 1, slope 2, slope 3. So can you see that if your gradient is bigger, which is 1.5, right?
Yeah.
Compared to the smallest, gradient is 0.5. So how do you describe a slope? So let's say, wow, your this slope 1 is very what? Very what?
High.
High slope. You don't use the word high,
Slant.
right? Slanted, yeah, but yeah, slanted is, yeah, all of them they are slanted. What's the meaning of this? This is slanted, right?
Yeah.
This is also slanted, right?
Yeah.
This is also slanted, right? So no, the word is not slanted. What's the word? You call it a steep slope, right? How steep the slope is, right? Have you learned this term?
Yeah.
对不对? Am I right? Let me double check. Yes, steep slope. Okay? So which one is the steepest? This one, no? One, no? Right? Am I right or not?
Yeah.
This one is less steep compared to the steeper one. Alright? Am I right or not? Okay? So in a way, the key concept is, if you want to use English to describe, right, is slope. Okay? So if you have a very steep slope, that means the gradient is very big. Understand? That's why your 0.5, you can see that, hey, the slope it comes down a lot. Okay? So if I use your this Chromebook, this has a bigger gradient than this. Right? So if you want to have very, very steep slope, very, very big gradient, like this one. Does it make sense now? Does it make sense now? So the effect of the gradient, will affect the steepness of the slope. Does it make sense? Does it make sense? Does it make sense? Okay? Does it make sense? And now we are talking about positive or negative slope now.
Positive.
Yeah. So we are talking about positive slope. So if your slope is this way, is a, I call this is a, okay, always left to right, always left to right. I call this is you need to climb up the slope. So when you climb up the slope, we are talking about positive gradient. Climb up, positive. Okay? Positive. Then what about negative gradient? Okay, let me just change all of this. Instead of 1.5, 1 and negative, instead of 1.5, 1 and 0.5, right? Let's change it to, just give it a negative. Okay? Just give the negative to 1. Just to give negative to 0.5. Just give negative to 1.5. I have not changed the y-intercept yet. Okay? So what has changed? What has changed here?
It's no longer positive.
So I change all the gradient to
Negative.
negative gradient, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So let's look at this. So the orange one is negative 1. The black one is negative 1.5. Then the blue one or the purple one is negative 0.5. Okay, so let me label it. So this is m equals to negative 1. This is m equals to negative 1.5. Then this is m is equal to negative 0.5. So far so good? Okay, good. So you look at this. So once again, let's talk about the impact. We are talking about negative slope here, right? Okay, let's try to draw this thing out. And probably you might not want to call this a slope. Probably you might want to call this a slide. Do you think I should call this a slide? Because why? Slide down.
Yeah.
This one is called slope up. Does it make sense? So slope up is positive, slide down is negative. Does it make sense? Okay, negative what? Gradient. Okay, so your teacher might not use this term, but we will use it. We will use this here. Okay. Are you clear? So the effect is, what's the effect? More negative. More negative, it means negative 100. Let's go more negative. Negative, more negative. So more steep for the. So in this case, because it's negative, we call it the slide. Just now the one, more positive, more steep for the slope. For this one, more negative, more steep for the slide. Okay? So meaning now, just now we make a mistake. So this is called a slide. If you look at this, this is a slide. When it's going to be a slope, you flip it. You look at it from this. You look at it from here. This is called a slope. Can you see? When you move it a bit, this is a slope, right? Slope up, right? Then when is it a slide? You look at it from here. Slide down. Does it make sense? Okay, good. So you want to have a steeper slope, right? This is very steep, right? This is less steep, right? Then what about this? Slide. This is slide, right? This is not so steep. This is very steep, right? So more negative, more steep. More positive, more steep. But that positive is called slope. Negative is called slide in our lesson. Okay? We can take a seat. Okay, good. So that is the effect of the gradient. Okay? So did I explain your concept just now? Did I explain your concept just now? The one that you showed me? Did I explain? Or not yet? Did I explain or no, not yet?
Yeah.
Continue?
And they said find the gradient of the lines.
How many ways to find gradient?
2.
Which two?
The comparing one.
By comparison, yeah. Next one.
And then the formula.
How do you use the formula? What you need?
The y x1 and the y2 over the x1 and the x2.
Must it be y1, y2, x1, x2?
No,
Can you use something else?
you can use y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1.
Over. Okay, good. So yeah. So that means as long as you can find 2 points, which 2 points? I call it the start and the end. Or you can use the end over. Use the end minus the start. Right? Okay, good. Next. And then question answer. Question is it? Oh, what is
This
that?
one
So what is this?
is it consider the following equation.
Consider following there. What method is this? What method is it?
The
They ask you to match, right?
yeah.
Match. Hold on. I'm confused. Okay. Actually, when you are asked to match, when you're asked to match, you don't match. Does it make sense? No, right? They ask you to match, I ask you not to match. Right? They ask you to match. I say you don't match. I mean you don't match first. What you should do first? Example, you give me the first question. No, I don't need you to. You just give me what is the first they ask you to do. X equal to?
X equals to -2.
Okay, write down x equal to -2. So this is the first question. So let me not use the GeoGebra because GeoGebra you key in x equal to -2, they straight away give you. Right? I don't want to use the technology. So where is your x equal to -2? Oh, by the way, this is your x-axis. This is your y-axis. Where is your x equals to -2? Okay, you stand up and point to me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here, right? Here, right?
Yeah.
What's the meaning of x equals to -2? It means this point, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how do you draw x equals to -2?
Draw a line.
How? Like this or like this?
Straight line. Like
Yeah. Horizontal or vertical?
horizontal.
Okay. What's the meaning of x equals to -2? X equals to -2 means regardless of y, I am always -2. Okay. That means basically x equals to -2, right? What it means is I'm always -2. I'm always x equals to -2. Okay? What did I say?
Regardless of y, x is always -2.
Correct. So let me just do a table. Based on this understanding. What did you say just now? X is always
-2.
-2, right? Regardless of your
Y.
y. Okay, good. So what is the first value of y you want to put here? 0. What's the next value of y you should put?
1.
1. Next.
2. 3.
So what is the meaning of x equals to -2? The meaning of x -2 is regardless of y. X is always -2. Okay? Therefore, I form this table. Am I right? Can you see the table? Where is your -2 and 0? Point me. -2 and 0. Where's the point? That means this point. First point. -2, x first. So it's -2 and 0. Then you see?
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah. You should always write down this first, right? In order not to what?
Confused.
Yes. I thought about this. So minus 2 and 0, where is it?
Here.
Okay, good. Must be on the dot, huh? Minus 2 and 1. Minus 2 first, and 1. And 1. 1 or negative 1?
1.
So where?
Here.
I asked for 1, not negative 1. Minus 2 and 2.
Here.
Minus 2 and 3.
Here.
Okay, good. So how do you link up the point? Where's your starting point? Where's your end point?
The 3 there.
Right? So how do you link up?
Line.
Does it make sense?
Yeah.
This is your label. X is equal to minus 2. Does it make sense? Okay, good. Y is equal to 3. What's the meaning of y equals to 3?
Regardless of x.
So
Y.
what table you give yourself? What's the meaning of this statement? Y equals to 3?
Regardless of x. Y is always 3.
So that means your y here or
3.
what's your first x value you want to test?
0. 1. 2. And 3.
Okay, good. So the first is 0, 3. 1, 3. 2, 3. 3, 3. Can you point to me 0, 3? 0 and 3. 0 and 3. This is what? 0 and 3.
Yeah.
Why you go to negative? 1, 3.
Here.
Okay, excuse. 2, 3.
Here.
Excuse. 3, 3. Okay, good. How do you link it up?
Draw a line.
Yeah. So this will give you your y equals to,
MX.
huh?
Y equals to 3.
Correct. Are you clear? Okay? So next time when they give you something, you don't go and match. You go and draw it out first. Once you draw it out, then you go and see which one is correct. Are you clear? Are you clear? Okay, good. How do you draw this? Let me just give you anyhow. How do you draw this? Ask yourself. How did you draw this one? How do you draw this x equal to minus 2? You give yourself a?
Table.
How do you draw the y equals to 3?
Give yourself a table.
So, same thing. Give yourself a x and y table. What's the first value for x you want?
0.
0. Next.
1. 2. 3.
So when x is equal to 0, y equals to? X equal to 0, y is equal to? When x is equal to 1, y equals to?
2.
2,
3.
3,
4.
Very good. So how do you get this? 0, 1. 1, 2, right?
Yeah.
Then 2, 3, right?
Mm.
3 and 4, right?
Yeah.
So do you know how to sketch or draw? How do you draw?
Give yourself a table.
Yes, of x and y, right? Then can I ask you, how come here for this one, the x and the y keep changing?
Cause
How come this one no change for the y? How come this one no change for the x? How come? Why is it this case? Let's look at this. Why? Why the x no change? Can you see the x no change?
yeah.
Why? Why no change?
Cause x equals to minus 2.
Correct. Because the question says x is equals to -2. Always -2. Can you change the x?
No.
Why not?
Cause x
In fact,
is
the question here says x is -2. Means x is fixed. That's why no change. Regardless of y. What about here? Y equals to 3. What this means?
y is 3.
Fixed. Right? No change. Regardless of x. Then how come here? Here anything?
No.
Did they say y equals to something?
No.
So y is not fixed. Did they say x equals to something?
No.
So x is not fixed. So when y and x is not fixed, therefore you end up with a table of different
Numbers.
x and y. For different values for x and y. Are you clear? Okay, good. Yeah, take a seat. Did your teacher teach you this way or some other way? Or you don't understand your teacher's way?
I don't understand.
Okay, I don't care whether you understand your teacher or not. So what about now? What about now? What about now? The concepts we have taught since slide 1 till now. What about now?
It's okay.
Okay, so you're good, right? 还有吗？ What's this? How do you find the gradient over there for this? How do you find the gradient?
2 ways.
Yeah. So which way you want to use for this gradient? So basically they want you to find the gradient for this line. This line. X equals to -2. I see a straight line, right?
Yeah.
Right? So let's say, how do you find the gradient for this line? X equals to -2. You use the? Which way you want to use?
The formula.
Yeah, formula, yes. So tell me, what's the formula? Gradient is equal to?
Y.
Okay, pick the 2 points. Okay, which 2 points you want? Come. Which 2 points you want to use? Start and end. Which 2 points you want? Focus on the blue one. Which 2 points you want? Point to me. You need to find 2 points, right?
Yeah.
Then only you get 2 pairs of points. 来，快点。Which is your start? 哪里？按住，不要走。Okay, good. So what is this point? Read to me.
-2.
走开。Yeah, -2 and
And 3.
3. This is -2 and 3. Yeah, -2 and 3. Then this is your start, right? You want? Then what's your end? But you need a second one. 来 what's your end point? This is your end point already.
Yeah.
This is your end point. In between. Can you?
Yeah.
This is your end point? This is the end point for this line?
No.
Then, where's the end point for this line? Is it very hard to find the end point?
No.
Then how come is all the points you have already touched? You know where's the start and where's the end or not? How come you choose the in between? Where's the end point? The endpoint is here, right? So what's this point? X first.
Minus 2
And then?
is 0.
Okay, good. So, how? You say y1 minus y2, right? Over x1 minus x2, right? What's your x1? What's your y1 first? Read to me, where's your y1?
3
What's your y2?
0
Where's your x1?
minus 3 minus 2
Where's your x2? Minus.
minus 2
So what you end up with? 3 over? Can you use your calculator?
0.
Can you use 3 divided by 0?
No.
Try.
I think no.
What is it?
Error.
Error. Okay, good. So error. So what this means? No solution. No gradient. So the answer is there's no gradient for this line. Okay? No gradient also is an answer. Okay, what's the meaning of no gradient and 0? Are they different or are they the same? No gradient versus 0 gradient. Are they the same? Are they the same or are they not the same? That means no answer versus 0.
No. They're different.
No answer versus gradient equals to 0. Are they the same? They are different, right?
Yeah.
Here the gradient is equal to 0. Also at least a value. This one is no value at all.
Yeah.
That means there is no m at all. That means cross no m at all. Okay? So this is the difference. Can? Right? That's right. No more already or have? From your school. No more already or have?
No.
Anything else from your school? Only this much or you have something else?
No.
Or you have more than this?
That's what our teacher teach.
Only this page? Only these few pages? Oh, okay. Before you show me that, let me show you my students' common test 1.
That's all.
Now you get that ready. I'm going to show you my one of the other students' test, the past test. You remember you make a lot of silly mistakes, right?
Yeah.
Or self-inflicted errors, right?
Yeah.
Remember that? This student, she make a few self-inflicted errors also. That's why I want to share with you. How come the two of you make the same error? I mean the similar, okay? Like, use the number line given below to illustrate the following number. So basically you just need to show the numbers out. Can you see or not?
Yeah.
Never mind, you stand up, it's okay. Later you get to see. Square root 7, right? It's here. Okay? She convert to decimal. Okay? Because you don't convert to decimal, you cannot tell.
Yeah.
Right? Minus 3. Here, right?
Yeah.
3.5, right? What's this?
Negative 3.5.
Is she answering the question?
No.
Then? You see yourself in her? Sometimes, right? You see yourself in her? The question asking for 3.5. She go and do
Negative
negative what?
3.5.
Does it make sense?
No.
No. So? Don't be like her. This is not your paper. Wait, is this your paper?
No.
Okay, this is not your paper. Okay, so I'm just showing you. Okay, this student of mine, she also make the same mistake, like self-inflicted. You know what's the meaning of self-inflicted, right? Self-harm. Okay, good. Next. Okay, what's the formula for difference? If I ask you to find a difference of something, what's the formula? Can you still remember? What operation you use to find difference?
Minus.
Minus. What minus what?
The bigger number.
Yes, the big one minus the?
Small one.
Correct. Okay? So remember the formula. She did not use the formula, she got it wrong. Okay. What's the meaning of perfect cube? How do you write perfect cube? Cube root, right?
Yeah.
What is this? This is what? What's the meaning of this? Are they the same? These two?
No.
This is what then?
This is the.
This is what this is called? You don't know the name of this?
I don't remember them.
This is called square root. This is called
Cube.
cube root. Square root, the opposite of square root is something square. The opposite of cube root is something cube. So what is the error here? Question asked for perfect cube. She used perfect square. Okay? You understand me or not? Never answer the question at all. Okay? The rest is okay. Yeah, the rest is okay. Okay, so two self-inflicted errors. So because of two self-inflicted errors, minus two marks, so she only got 16. If not, she would have gotten 18, which is the highest score in her class. Okay. By the way, she's from CGS. Question goes. Why you show that kind of expression? You know someone from CGS? You know anything about CGS?
No.
Then how come your expression is like that? Okay. So never mind. Okay, good. So why I show you that, because I don't want you to make that mistake. Okay. But for this, the most important thing is this and this. What is the meaning of x equals to minus 2? X is fixed regardless of y. Give yourself a table, draw it out. Y equals to 3, y is fixed to be 3 regardless of x. Give yourself a table, sketch. This one, y is not fixed, x is not fixed. Give yourself a table, sketch or draw. Are you clear? Then show me your work. Your drive, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Now you just I just go to your drive. Okay. By the way, are you learning any history?
Yeah.
What history you are learning?
The War of Japan versus Singapore.
That one is called Japanese occupation.
Yeah.
There is no war between Japan and Singapore because Singapore couldn't fight at all. Okay?
Yeah.
You don't anyhow say there is no war between Japan and Singapore. Well, there is this Japanese occupation. So you are in your Sec 2, you are learning Japanese occupation.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good. Only this?
No, about literature.
No. I want to know about history. Yeah.
The propaganda stuff and then the
No. Propaganda. So basically, you are learning the Japanese occupation period only.
and the Suchin massacre.
Oh, there is still a Japanese occupation period. That means it happened during the Japanese occupation, right?
Yeah.
Anything else?
No.
Any other history? Like, not about the Japanese occupation.
No.
没有啦.
No.
Not anything before, not anything at the back. I mean, before and after. No.
没有。
没有.
Talked about British surrendered and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. And then why the British surrender, by the way?
Because they were tricked.
Meaning?
That means the Japan
Lied about the what?
the bombing and stuff.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Okay, good. You are running out of storage. Soon you won't be able to upload. Okay, good. You or me?
No, I don't have that.
Oh, you don't have this one. So that means you have storage. Okay, good. Which one is the one?
The homework server.
Okay, good. Okay, how to download? How to download? Oh, here. Go to downloads. Okay, good. I think this question is pretty easy. Okay, so the first thing you do is, yeah, you are wrong. Do you know why you are wrong? Do you know why the first question is wrong? What's the formula?
Oh,
What's the formula? Y equals to mx plus c. What is this?
the negative.
So what you need to do?
Get rid of the negative.
How? By? Divide by?
Negative 1.
Negative 1, both sides. So you need to arrow 1, arrow 2. Okay? So this is wrong. What about here? Divide by 2, right?
Yeah.
This one looks good. 你这个是0吗? Negative is 0. Okay, what is this? When you have negative, what's the meaning of negative here? This is negative 0 or negative 1?
Negative 1.
Correct. So when they don't show anything, it's negative 1. Because if you put negative 0, what is going to happen? 0 times x is? Oh, by the way, there is no negative 0. There is also no positive 0. By the way, when you have negative x or plus x, what's the meaning?
1.
Yes. This one is negative 1x. So they don't write the 1 is negative 1x. For this, positive 1x. Are you clear? Not 0. 0 has no sign. Tell yourself.
0 has no sign.
Tell yourself one more time.
0 has no sign.
Yes. Okay, good. So for this one, it's pretty simple. Just move it over. When you move it over, change the sign. Okay, good. So it's 2 and 3. You get this correct. Then for this one, you move it over, you get 2x plus 0. So the one is okay, also good. So this one is what? This one is y equals to 3. So g is nothing. Wrong. Okay, stop using g. Is m. Gradient is m. Not use g. G is for other stuff. Tell yourself that.
Use m.
M for?
M for gradient.
Correct. M is always for gradient. G is for other stuff. Don't anyhow. Then you are given this, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So this means y is equal to 0x. When they don't have means 0. Okay. So therefore your m is equal to 0. Not nothing. It's 0. Nothing and 0 is different. Okay. Nothing means what? Don't have. Cross out. M equals to 0 means have but 0. So this is C equals to 3. Nothing? 3 吗? Wrong. This one is seriously don't have. Okay? So no M, no C. Why? Because it must be in this format, right? So this is the format, right? Y equals to mx plus c. Which one come first? Y first. X second, c later, right? But what is this? X equals negative 2. Do you have a y?
No.
No y. So that means this one compared to this, it does not even have a y. So when it does not even have a y, nonsense. It does not even fit into this format. For this one, it fit. Can you see it fits? For this one?
Yeah.
Why it fits? You can write down, ma. Right? So you have the y, right, and then the 3 you can put it at the back. Then here is 0x. Okay, it still fits this. Okay, so looks like you have problem with this. I'm going to keep giving you this. Okay, so before that we can take a brief